All right, welcome everybody. This is Dwight with Max Moving Training, and we have another podcast episode today. And today we're going to be meeting with Marcus Henning. And yeah, we're excited to see what he has to tell us. Marcus, you want to give us a little insight about what you do and yeah, the history.
Awesome. Thanks, Dwight. And thanks for having me on here. So, I think we probably been talking like a little bit for a year now, just here and there. And I've always been interested in what you're doing and stuff. And then we just started with the AI movers community on Facebook, and you reached out, and I think you were seeing some posts that we were doing there and stuff. So it's nice to get on here and have a conversation.
Definitely. All right. So what is it that I guess you do? I know you mentioned that you ran a moving company.
Yeah, so I've started a moving company about 12 years ago.
Nice.
Um, and I've been doing that ever since. I've been able to get away from the day-to-day operations of it.
Hmm.
My main focus was kind of like building myself out of the company with systems and processes and the right team, uh,
Hmm.
so I could uh, do whatever I want, do what I want with my time.
Yeah,
And
that's the plan.
that's the goal, right? So, at about 5 years ago, I've been able to get away from the day to day, like I was saying. And now I just get involved in the moving companies kind of on the off season, the winter time,
Hmm.
um, when I can go back in and make some tweaks in the systems and processes, and the team can really make those adjustments. And then basically all summer long, it runs, and we don't make many changes just because everybody's busy. They already know what they need to do.
Hmm.
That's not the time to improve in my thoughts.
Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously that's the worst time to improve, especially during busy season, because you're like, looking at something new. We got 50, 70 jobs on the board.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So with that, I found a lot of time freedom. And I ended up getting bored and stuff. So I took some of the stuff that I've built in my own businesses that I knew were scalable to other companies and stuff, and we started working on a marketing agency,
Hmm.
uh, doing web design, SEO, other different marketing niches, building SaaS tools, CRMs, kind of all the above.
Okay. And then no, that's definitely interesting. What was the name? Now you said now were you building out CRMs for yourself or
Yeah, so I built out CRMs for my own businesses. Not a full end moving CRM, more the sales and marketing end of it.
okay.
Using a lot of automation and then integrating AI and stuff. I just have found in my experience, and I've used a lot of the different moving CRMs, it's not been able to handle the marketing and sales the way that I want to. Uh,
Hmm.
so we built on top of other platforms and using like Zapiers and APIs and different systems in place, not to like redesign everything, but a lot of these CRMs that are out there, they don't have great integrations.
Gotcha.
So it's like, I want to do this, but how do I do it? Right? They don't really give you a lot of access and stuff. So yeah.
So um yeah, it's not uncommon that the CRMs definitely don't hit the way we, view it to hit with sales and marketing.
Mhm.
So I guess for you, what about sales that, that I guess the CRMs were missing?
Just the ability to pinpoint tasks that happen over and over again, and then be able to create like new marketing campaigns. And I'm going to try to dive into some of that here to give an
Hmm.
example. Um, the example that I'm going to show is just like these CRMs will even have the a link to ask your customer for a review.
Okay.
And in a lot of these CRMs, what's happening is the customer will leave a review, which will end up staying in the CRM, and then they'll send you over to Google to leave the review again. Well, that customer already feels like they submitted their review about your company, so now you're
Hmm.
asking them to do it twice. And how important is it to have feedback inside of your CRM? Well, it's important. However, it's more important to get it out into Google because of the SEO benefits and um, customer acquisition.
Gotcha. And I thought about that same task as well, how it, kind of makes the customer do double the work. But I believe the reason why the CRMs are doing that is because it's a review fetcher.
Yeah,
Um,
and it is a review fetcher. I just have figured out my way of doing it, and A and B testing all these different
mhm.
ways of doing it, and then building in new marketing campaigns on top of that, like how to take that review and do more things with it. And that's kind of what I wanted to
Yeah, nice.
display for you guys. I don't have a great way of visually showing it because it goes into like SMS, and I don't have all the ways of showing that on this Zoom class.
Nice.
We can have that discussion for sure.
Okay. So now obviously you've been doing it for a while. So with the review fetching, I believe the reason why they do it that way, again, just to emphasize, I think is just because if you got like a 3 star or less,
Hmm.
they don't want that review to hit Google.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of guys who have, 1,500 reviews and they're like, oh yeah, we're a 5 star company, is because they're really utilizing that power of, hey, anything less than a 3 star, they're just going to get it. Okay, we apologize, but if there's anything we can do, we'll fix it.
Yep.
Just so it doesn't hit Google. But if it has no gate or something like that,
Yeah, a
yeah.
gate or a sentiment filter is
Hmm.
how they use those words. Absolutely. Yep.
So, all right, and then what city are you based out of?
Well, I'm living in Mexico now. I live out of the country. My moving
Nice.
businesses are in Arizona, but like I said, I have a lot of free time. I like to travel, and I live on the beach in Mexico, and that's where I want to be most of the time, unless like right now I'm in Phoenix because I'm with my kids, so I
Okay.
go back and forth.
Okay, nice. How far is that drive?
Well, I have a house down in southern Arizona, and it's
Hmm.
called Sierra Vista. My kids live in Gilbert, and I have my main moving companies in Gilbert, Chandler, Mesa area. Um, and then so that's a 3 hour drive, and then my house in Mexico is about 5 hours, 7 hours from here, but 5 hours from my other house.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, hey, the moving company did wonders.
Yeah, it's been nice, and it's also nice to have focus and drive too. So I like to dabble into things I like to do.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, as everybody knows, this is a teaching podcast. So, Marcus, teach us what we got on the agenda today.
All right, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna do, let's see, my video share. Let me move some screen stuff around. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So what I figured out was the best working system for the reviews and building it into everybody has a different CRM. Not everybody, but there's a lot of different CRMs out there.
Hmm.
So it's hard to integrate. And like I said, a lot of them don't have APIs that we can talk to. So this allows a system on top of another one and trying to make sure that it's not giving you multiple dashboards. You're not having to do like all these extra tasks. It's just basically you do this one thing and then a bunch of things are going to happen from it. My main focus, like I said, is systems and processes. And then when I build those and there's weak points are usually because a person has to do something and they forget to or they don't do it. So then as the AI technology comes out, it's like, hey, I can now implement this task that we used to have to manually do automatically. And now we don't have to worry about it. Now we can move on to what's important is, taking care of the customers.
Hmm.
So in our process of completing the job, in the tablets, not on the customer's devices, when they're doing the billing, they're going to get a customer satisfaction survey that the customer is going to fill out. And the goal is to make sure that this only takes like 2 minutes because the customer's, getting antsy. The guys are there. This goes right before the billing cycle. The final billing happens, and it gives the customer a few minutes to do it. So just a basic form that they're filling out with their contact information. We do this because sometimes the contact the person, everything is different from who's into the CRM as the customer and the person that's filling it out. So we want to tie all that separately and not have it just automate it. Overall experience, excellent. Let me fill this out actually. Let's do.
We know someone's a Jets fan.
And this is going to be my actual cell phone that I never answer, so you can call it as much as you want.
Oh man, people don't be trying to bug them.
Okay, so did your moving team arrive on time? How would you rate professionalism of our moving team? Very professional. Handling of items, were your items handled with care and were they delivered without any damages? So our goal is no damages, right? But on this one, I'm going to mark minor damages to a few items. And that's because there's going to be some automation that happens with this right here. Communication, very satisfied. Pricing is fair. Would you recommend us? Yes. Some other things that they could talk about, additional comments. Okay. Now, what's happening here is it's creating a NPS score, so a satisfaction score, and this is the ranges, and this is the satisfaction score. So this is happening again on the mover's tablet that they use with the CRM and stuff to do the job, and the customer is doing it here because we don't want to put it on their device. We want to make sure this has 100% fill out rate. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And our guys are going to be performance bonused based off these scores, and a negative bonuses versus a positive, and then not filling it out is a major negative deduction. So at the end of the month, we're able to build performance based pay based off this score alone, and it's 100% fill out rate. Okay, so then what we also do is if a customer complains, which doesn't really happen too much because it was just a 2-minute form, we let them know that they're automatically, because they filled out that form, not because they're doing a review, right? This has nothing to do with the review yet. We're gonna put them into a free, I think it's a $250 Visa card that we give away to one person that we moved. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then the movers are like, yeah, fill it out, but you might win $250. So thank you. And it helps us with our performance-based pay and letting us know what we should do to improve.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Now at that same time, yeah, this is always gonna fail, right? Okay. So that just did a few things right here. So first off, let's get into this claim. So because they filled out that there was damages, instead of us relying on the movers to let us know about the damages and like say tell the customer, hey, the team's going to reach out to you, and then the sales team never hears about it, so they don't know to reach out to them. We kind of bite that in the butt with automation here, and now they can go in and they get an email and they can submit their claim form right here.
Okay.
Additionally, because we have that question in the survey, now if there's damages weeks later, we can say, okay, why did you sign off that there was no damages, that there was no items left in the truck multiple times? So like we have to investigate further because now we're totally unaware of this and it's happening weeks later. Like what happened in that process?
Yeah, and we all know what these customers say. Oh, they were watching me. They were standing over my shoulder. I don't want to say anything bad to be confrontational.
Yep. So we give them multiple chances to tell us about a claim during the job, right? And we're not relying on the crews to say, like, they don't want to go back and tell the manager that they damaged something, and people forget things. It relies on too many people to fulfill a process. And
Hmm.
that's what I like to get away from. All right, so that happened. Then there's this one, which is to actually leave a review. And they also received an SMS that I can't show you, which is much, less content, right? It's just thank you,
Mhm.
leave a review. Um, which brings them into my platform, Get Moving Reviews. Get Moving Reviews has its own dashboard and platform, but that's something I don't like to have any moving company or myself or any team member to have to go into and execute. So I'm doing all these tasks based off that one survey. And then you have another sentiment filter here, but I'll go back to this. Um, if that NPS score was under 52, they're not going to receive this or the SMS asking for a review because we already know that they weren't happy.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's the catcher right there. Okay.
Yep, that's the catcher. And then we have another one here, but truly, I only have another one here because we use it for in other ways. But we could go right to the review sources here because we've already gauged if they liked us or not.
So are you now doing, I guess, with the quality scores, are you doing like a mover's bonus point type of thing?
Yes, off the NPS score. So it's like +5 for the best, +2 for the next one, 0, -2, -5, and that equates to dollars. And claims go against that. Other things that like no show, no call, no shows, or showing up late goes against that. So, if they're doing 30 moves, or let's say even 40 moves if they're doing smaller ones, it's an extra $200 on a good team
Okay, nice.
per guy. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I think we used to do like either $2 per good 5-star review plus how many hours they had. So if they had like 8 hours, so it'd be like $16 for that one job, and it would just accumulate over time. Do you find your process pretty sustainable or manageable?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very adjustable, but now you really have 100% fill out rate. So you don't have to rely on just the reviews. Now, during that time of them doing the survey and doing the billing, they're letting the customer know, hey, you just received a text message and an email about leaving us a public review. Um, some of the guys actually have photos that they will send the customer so they can put those in the review as well. But they let the
Mhm.
customer know because you cannot incentivize a customer legally to leave a review in any way against Google terms and the government terms as well. But you can tell a customer that I get additional bonuses based off that. And we also just like to it's a big thing at the office, like, hey, I got a 5-star review, great job, kind of thing. So like
Mhm.
that incentive enough is a lot of reasons why customers will do it is it's not really an incentive for them, but they just saw your guys work 10 hours straight in 115 degrees and they know that it's going to benefit them. Your guys have to communicate that to get the best percentages.
You say 115, I say -7. Um,
Yes, sir. Yep.
all right, nice. And then so public review. So now would you have them do the public review right then and there, or because they already did the internal review there?
Some of the guys will kind of walk them through it, right? And they want to make sure that they get it because they get additional performance pay off of it.
Okay, nice. That makes sense. So you were incentivizing for the internal, but you extra incentivizing for the external.
Yes, but their names have to be on it,
Okay.
and they get additional if they have pictures somehow. Like if they can get their customers to do the photos and put their names on it, then it's even more.
Oh man. Now how's that looking on the bottom line ultimately?
Very very small amounts because their system is built by us, right? Like without them, we could still accomplish this. So I make it very clear that I don't need you to do this. So it's part of your job. So it's just a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. It's the overall 100% kind of process, right? It's like we expect you to do this 100% of the time. There's a lot of things that can work against you, like damaging and showing up late and things that happen. So
Hmm.
it doesn't crush it. I've seen companies giving a ton of money away for their guys for reviews and stuff. Like $20 per one per team or more.
Hmm.
And I don't pay anywhere near that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, no, that was the biggest thing is like, trying to stick around the 42 to 45%, with all payroll across the board. And then,
Yeah,
when you go ahead.
it comes out to $1 or $2 per hour raise if the guy performs well.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not bad then at all then.
Instead of giving them that raise, be like, hey, why aren't you hitting your bonus performance? Like, let's focus on that first, then we'll talk about a raise next.
Okay, okay. All right. And all right, anything else on this? What do you think?
Yeah, so right here you have your sources that you can prioritize based off of maybe reviews that you're getting poorly in other areas.
Hmm.
And then we're able to do video reviews where we can get
Sweet.
a video testimonial here. And we use the same technology that we use for our video walkthroughs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do that. We do the video walkthroughs using this technology. We do our video testimonials and also our movers when they show up to a job before they start when they do the pre-move check, they use that same video system to do a walkthrough. So my sales team and management team can see the move on move day. So if there's any discrepancies between the quote and move day, we're aware of it pretty quickly.
Nice, nice. And I think that just goes back to everyone just being organized in your business. Obviously these guys can get very, very comfortable with just, hey, let me get in the truck and go out and do a job versus having
Yes.
systems and just be like, okay, you know what? When we get to the job, obviously we know to do a walkthrough, but now, you know what? We're going to record this walkthrough so that management has this so that basically we don't have to say 2 hours into the move. Hey, yeah, this customer lied. They got 500 boxes when on the estimate it said they had 75 boxes.
Yeah. And when you expect those things and it doesn't happen, you deduct performance pay based off of that. It's not an incentive to do your job. Like you don't always have to give incentives for everything. It's just I expect you to do a video walkthrough and send it to the team on every job, even if it's -7 or a plus 115, right? Uh,
Hmm.
if you don't do your job, that's when we do performance deductions and stuff.
Gotcha, gotcha. No, that's definitely a good way to go about it.
And then another thing that happens as well at the same time, um, they're a happy customer. They're probably going to refer you to a friend. Maybe they know somebody, or maybe they're going to use you again. So we send them a gift voucher, and this has changed in value. But because we do it quite a bit, it's usually like smaller ones, like $25 for this, $25 for that. So they can use this plus the repeat discount, however you want to set it up. But having this automation and another thing for them to remember you by, um, we do a gift voucher that gets sent.
Now the gift voucher attaches to what?
The gift voucher is something that happens on the NPS score once they finish the move. So basically every customer that we move gets a gift voucher to come use us again.
Okay, okay. So like a repeat referral type of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were doing vouchers like that too. It was we made them transferable,
Hmm.
because I know that people don't move readily like
Yeah.
often. So we like, hey, you know what? If you want to just put your name on it and transfer it to another person, we could then give that person like $50 or $75 off, depending on the service.
Yep. Um, and then so what I want to talk about is the AI that gets integrated in these processes.
Oh, AI. Teach us.
Right. So like this process, um, it's like build a process for your company.
Okay, great.
Cool. Building the AI into your business isn't like the main focus. You have to just build processes in your business. And AI is exciting, but like don't build your processes around AI. Build your process and then figure out how the AI can help you streamline that in the future.
Okay.
So how can we do it? One of the things that you have to do is respond to all your customers that leave you a review. Okay, so here's one right here. Left us a review. And why do we need to respond? Well, one, it's customer service, it's showing appreciation. But also Google's looking at responses as ranking, helping boost your local map ranking and stuff. So make sure that you're on top of your profiles, that you're updating your information, that you're responding to your clients. So instead of us having to go in here and do it, we use AI to automatically generate responses to the reviews. Another process that we used to do like weekly, and then we would forget, and then it's 3 weeks later, or the reviews haven't been responded to. Now we don't even think about it. Unless there's a negative review, we do respond to it ourselves. But if it's a positive review, we use AI to do it.
Okay. Okay. And what type of AI program would do that for Google?
Yeah, and honestly, I want to show things like this, but it gets into technical, and it's probably like more of a classroom setup. But I'm gonna
Yeah, I forgot.
figure out how to do that. But what I use here, actually, the most simplest video I think I posted on the AI movers community on Facebook. But you use Zapier to talk to Google My Business or Google Business Profile. I think it's still called Google My Business in there.
Hmm.
It reads the customer's name, the review, and then the prompt tells it, and I think I included the prompt in the video too, of how to respond to it. So it comes in from Google My Business to Zapier, going to ChatGPT or OpenAI, and then back into Google My Business.
Gotcha, gotcha. And that's the importance of time management, people. Yeah.
But
You know, because
let's
this
not.
stuff, because this stuff is definitely very technical, and obviously we all got 24 hours in a day, and one of the things that I like to teach is like time management, where it's just like, you realize that there was you can explore this option of AI, and versus using all of your time to work on maybe things considered invaluable, and just keep yourself busy. You found yourself to say, okay, you know what? This would simplify this process. This would simplify this process. Now I can put my expertise and my mindset elsewhere.
Or hang out on the beach.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a cool way to add AI into the system. Another thing is, okay, so originally we would have this process, and I'm not going to be able to show it as well, but man, I would love to teach how to do everything. Um, so based off of a 5-star review, we have AI that helps us. Oh man, how can I show this? Maybe I can. Um, I'll have to show it in a different time. We'll have to do this again.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
okay, so it takes the 5-star review, and it takes the address of the customer, and it you put the address in, you use the AI to look up the house that was for sale, right? The listing on Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. It takes that and it finds the realtor that helped that customer sell the house. You following?
That's awesome.
Okay. So it finds the realtor's name, phone number, and email, and it builds a custom email letting letting the realtor know that we just moved his mutual client from this address, and that's like in the subject and in the first paragraph saying that, hey, like we just moved this person. This is what they said about our services. They were super happy about us. Okay. A link to the review so they can check it out for themselves, and then basically asking them to send us more clients, and we'll take great care of them, right? Just however it words it, like you build the prompt and then
Mhm.
it's building these awesome emails, um, getting that realtor like say, wow, like how did I just get this? Like, did these guys just build like email me specifically?
Mark, you trying to put people out of business, trying to be a monopoly out here?
No, I want everybody to know, man. I feel like when we have these ideas and stuff, you want to keep them to yourself and be like secretive about it. But
Hmm.
then after so much of that, it's like, man, what's the point? Like, where does that get you?
Yeah,
So like,
definitely. And right just in here, I've seen so many, like I've seen because I network with a lot of people, so I've seen so many companies that you just kind of like put all into one big, platform with ease. And it was just like, wow, like, yeah, I can't wait to see what the future has in place with your
yeah.
mindset.
Yeah. So and then with this gift voucher, right? We give that realtor the ability to send gift vouchers to other referrals. And it's like it's coming from them. It's like a gift that they give their clients, right? Um, and that was cool because we just did it for the reviews, but then we implemented the NPS survey. And then it was like now I can email every realtor, right? We have 100% response rate on our surveys. Now I can send this off to everybody. I don't have to just wait on the 35% chance that they're going to leave a 5-star review. Now I have content that I can send every single realtor on every single job. Um,
Gotcha.
and
Now,
that
how does that play towards their I forget because realtors can't receive gifts or not even gifts, but like, I don't know if they can even necessarily recommend like that, for stuff.
they can recommend as long as they're not being incentivized, and I know that that rule changes, so you can't pay a realtor to send you. So this gift voucher they could use to move themselves if they wanted to, but the goal is that they're going to give this gift voucher to another one of their clients, and you can
Okay.
have that $50, $100. So that's not paying anybody off. That's giving their clients a discount because you have a partnership with this realtor. Like you're building that partnership at that time, obviously, right? Like
Mhm.
you might not know this realtor, or you might have been sending him this, a few times, and now he gets it.
Okay. Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't even think it went that deep when it came to reviews, but it's just, you
Yeah,
just took it to a whole nother level.
yeah. What can you do with it, right? Like where can you go with it? With AI and stuff now, the holdback isn't making these emails. Like we have drafts created. So every morning we see what drafts were created for the emails. We double check them for any issues, and then we send them off. It's not relying on someone to be like, okay, hey, I got to write all these emails and do this outreach to these realtors, and I'm going to do a cold outreach and just saying, hey, we're the best. No, like we're actually showing them, like I worked with your client. They said I'm the best. Now send me more.
Yeah.
It's a
No, and that
different
makes
approach.
that makes a lot of sense. And for those that think like, maybe similar to myself back in the past, where it was like reviews that, obviously we know how important that is, but it's just, okay, well, either you're going to get a video review or you're going to get a text review. And we'll advertise it on our website maybe, or maybe we might advertise it in our YouTube, but okay, that's it.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
you just made it seem like it's so much more that you could be doing.
Yeah, and so using the AI, like sometimes what happens is these realtors make it really hard to find their email. So then you can like line up your emails with the database with all the realtors' emails and stuff. So now it doesn't have to search the web, it's searching your internal database for the realtors' information. That speeds up the process, makes it like way more accurate. I mean, it's really amazing the stuff that this AI
Okay.
is allowing us to do.
Now, have you done postcards for your
Yeah,
moving business?
yeah, absolutely. We've been doing postcards for a long time. We are working on doing postcards and having the AI determine if the house has furniture in it or not before we mail them.
Hmm.
Um, that's pretty close to being figured out. So now we're not sending, even though the MLS or the database says that they live there, but you see in the pictures that there's no furniture in there.
Hmm.
Now we're determining if that if that house has furniture before we send the postcard.
Gotcha,
Um,
gotcha. No,
yep.
and I think it's a awesome way if you can figure out like, hey, I need you to check the photos AI
Yeah.
in these pictures and let us know, oh yeah, this listing is empty.
Yeah, we already actually figured out how to do that. The problem is it's taking too much resources for the AI. So We're figuring out how to implement it to reduce it by, we want to reduce it by like 90% of the resources, because it takes a lot of time, and then also it does cost a little bit of money once you start running that too much.
Okay.
So we've been able to bring the cost down from like using a VA to do that. But we want to go in further and make that happen.
Oh yeah, you got this. All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So, what could I guess other movies be doing if they want to, automate their reviews similar to you?
Yeah, well, join AI movers community, right? Like join that group where we're just having these discussions, because right now we're just giving information out there. We want to get into like more focus. Like once we hear from the community, because I mean, it took us 2 days and we already hit like over 500 members. It was super awesome how exciting this
Oh,
topic is, right? Um, and a lot of people are just playing around with like images and creating like funny, social media images and stuff, which is cool, which is awesome, but it's not like the main thing. So join that group. We're going to show like how we did this, how you can do this yourself, how you can build it. You don't have to use all the tools that I use. There's a lot of ways to do it, but I'm not going to show all the ways. I'm going to show how to do it my way, and then if you want to evolve from that, then absolutely go for it. But it's lots of opportunities right now, and I know some people are like, no, AI is not going to change the industry, and I get that. It's a matter of time, and the thing is when they're talking about labor, they're not going to have robots moving customers anytime soon. And the truth is when that happens, none of us will have jobs anymore, because
mhm.
the billion-dollar companies will now monopolize on this industry, but they don't do it now because it's a pain in the ass. So,
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
yeah,
The Mark Zuckerbergs out there, and the guy that's doing Tesla, and the name just not coming to my mind right now. These guys will figure it out eventually on how technology is going to work. They already have the trucks that's being able to drive itself.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
You just have the truck show up at your house, right?
they just show up at your house and you're just like, okay, well, hey, we just need the labor right now until we figure out the labor technology. But we just
Mhm.
need the labor to unload the truck, and the truck is just going to take off to its next destination.
Yeah. But in the meantime, my main focus wasn't really growing my moving companies. It was to move myself out of it. And there's a lot of opportunities for growth, a lot of opportunities for getting your time back, because this is an industry that just sucks the time out of a lot of owners and
Mm.
stuff.
Yes, it does. And I can see that now where a lot of people are like, yeah, I want to get out of that day to day. And then you give them a call and they're like, yeah, I'm on the truck today. And it's like, what? Hold up. I thought you said you're trying to get out of the day to day. Like, you're not supposed to be on the truck. But people are just like, no, well, we had, two guys not show today. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you've been in business for how long? Did you not plan for
And for
guys
that.
not showing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
But
it's it's rough.
yeah, it definitely is. But I'm very proud of you that you've been able to accomplish that within, I know that you've been in business, I think you said 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
Um, and out of the last 5 years, you've been able to get yourself away from the day to day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
So,
it's I hit a wall. At year 5, I hit a wall. I was working 7 days a week, easy 12 to 16-hour days. Like we had 3 days off, nonstop issues, just learning all the ropes about it. And then I
mhm.
hit that wall, and it gave me clarity. Is I'm gonna pay my way to get me out of this business, and then I'm gonna build these systems to get my money back, right? Like first off, I just like gave it away. I filled all the stuff that I did and everybody else did, and then I built systems to get that time back. And now to the point where I can monitor and make sure the business is running healthy, from anywhere.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we definitely are going to catch up. And I think we're definitely going to invite you onto the Mornings with Movers. So
All
if
right.
you everybody, if you already know, definitely tune in to Mornings with Movers in the Facebook group running a profitable moving company. Also join AI Mover community where Marcus is killing it over there. And yeah, so we're gonna end it here, everyone. And hopefully you got some insight. Reach out to Marcus. Again, this guy is the guru when it comes to AI stuff. And it's definitely gonna elevate your business to the next level. So, don't sit here doing the manual work that you've been doing all this time when you can simplify the process. Um, Marcus, you want to take us home?
No, man, I appreciate you. I just appreciate being able to have a platform where we can have these discussions and stuff and try to make some improvements wherever we can. So thank you again. And I look forward to talking to you more.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all soon.